As we get closer to the beginning of the spring breeding season, there's many producers across the Midwest that'll be wanting to use artificial insemination in order to increase the genetics in their herd, or perhaps breed some of those new replacement heifers to bulls that have low birth weights. Well, whatever the reason that you might be trying artificial insemination for the first time in your herd, I think it's important that you have realistic expectations as to what the outcome can be. Some producers doing this for the first time may naively think that every cow or every heifer is going to respond to the estrous synchronization products that are used, and that every cow or heifer that's inseminated will become pregnant. And the facts are that's just not the case. Let me give you an example to give you a more realistic outlook of what to expect. Let's assume we've got 100 cows that have calved this February and March, and now we're going to breed them starting around the 1st of May. As we would put that 100 cows through an estrous synchronization program, we need to understand that not all 100 are going to respond to those products. A good response, an estrous response, would be about 80%. So we would have 80 of those 100 cows that would show up in heat, that we would expect to run back through the chute and give them the artificial insemination. A really good AI technician that you might employ, or if you've had some experience yourself, should expect to get about 70% of those cows that we actually detect in heat coming through the chute. We should expect about a 70% conception rate on those that are bred artificially. Okay, so if we start with 100 cows, 80% or 80 of those are responding to the estrous synchronization drugs, and of those 80, 70% are actually becoming pregnant through the artificial insemination. You can see by the math that we would expect 56 cows to actually conceive to our first attempts at artificial insemination. And I think that's a pretty realistic kind of number to look at. If you study the research data that's been done through the years on artificial insemination with many different estrous synchronization protocols, what you'll observe is that the variation, the range in outcomes is anywhere from very low in the 20s, 30%, on up to a high of about 60 to sometimes 65%. It didn't seem to matter which protocol was used. There was more difference due to the farms and the technicians than actually due to estrous synchronization protocols. So as we go into this breeding season, I think it's important that if you're going to use artificial insemination for the first time, you have a realistic expectation as to what to expect and the need for a cleanup bull to turn in after your AI programs are over. One of the things that I'd like to help you out with is the estrous synchronization program that you might use. There's lots of choices in the market. The best information that I can steer you towards comes from what's called the Reproduction Task Force. That's a group of scientists all across the country that study estrus synchronization in beef cattle. They put together a fact sheet each year with their recommendations as to the best protocols for mature cows or replacement heifers, and their best protocol ideas for whether you're going to use heat detection or whether you're going to do timed AI. I encourage you to go to the SunUp website, look under show links, and there's a link then to the Reproduction Task Force protocol recommendations for the year 2015. I think if you look down through that, you'll find one that really will work best for your situation. Hey, we look forward to visiting with you again next week on SunUp's Cow Calf Corner.